Breaking news now of a police chase happening as we speak in southeast Houston. You could see a car being chased. It looks like the rear bumper is hanging off of it. This chase has extended throughout southeast Houston. It looks like police are now pursuing this gray or silver vehicle in a parking lot. We're told that vehicle just sped through a church parking lot near the intersection of Cullen and Airport, again happening in southeast Houston. This has been going on for the last several minutes at points reaching high speeds. It looks like this person is continuing to evade police. We are told HPD is working this chase at this time, although we do not know why this car was being pursued by police in the first place. But this chase is continuing now in southeast Houston. Obviously, this car speeding throughout neighborhoods and through parking lots. This puts bystanders in big danger there because it has been going through areas where pedestrians walk through. It looks like at this point police are still pursuing the vehicle. Again, this is in southeast Houston. The last major intersection this vehicle was being pursued at was Cullen and Airport. We know this began somewhere near Reed Road and MLK, and at one point the driver was speeding the wrong way down Cullen. You know that's a major street if you've ever been through this area. Driver at a high rate of speed at this point, police still continuing to pursue them. It's unclear why that back part of the bumper is hanging off the vehicle. It's possible that that car may have been involved in a crash and now going up in the front of somebody's road there in a residential area in southeast Houston. Car is not stopping though. Police in pursuit. At least 2 police vehicles coming behind this car. Again, this is a residential area, and this person is going very fast through the streets right now. Has already gone through a church parking lot, spun around several times in that parking lot, and is now going through a residential area. Has already climbed, the car climbed up onto somebody's yard. The car at this point is going east on Groton, we're told. Several HPD officers in pursuit of the vehicle right now, but still unclear as to why the driver wouldn't stop in the first place or why police are chasing this person. We are working to find that out for you at this point. Now the car is going north on Duane. Again, a residential area, perfectly normal to expect people walking. In fact, we just saw a few of them in the corner of your screen there. Obviously, this puts people in this neighborhood in grave risk. We know that police at this point are making a plan to try and stop the driver. They're asking for spike strips to be put out on the road. As you can see, for the last couple of minutes here, this has been a relatively high-speed chase in an area where posted speed limits are sure to be under 35 miles per hour because of the fact that this is a residential area in southeast Houston. Again, to recap, this chase has been going on for the past several minutes, possibly more than 20 minutes at this point. The vehicle has gone through this neighborhood a couple of times now, almost reached a dead end there, but is continuing not to stop. HPD officers still in pursuit. As the chopper zooms in there, you can see the back part of the car's bumper is hanging off at this point, but it doesn't appear that that has slowed the driver down. Now driving west.
Good afternoon. We are following breaking news right now. In fact, we want to go right to Sky Eye HD above a chase. This is in southeast Houston. Andy Bass, are you standing by?
Absolutely, Melanie. I am here for you.
Can you tell us what we're looking at? We can obviously see this car, which appears to be white or silver, dragging part of the bumper.
Yeah, it's either a BMW or a Lexus. I haven't been able to decipher what kind of make or model this car is. We're right now in a residential neighborhood, and we have been here for the last 2 to 3 minutes. He's just basically going around in circles in a neighborhood just a little bit southwest of Airport and Cullen. Numerous HPD officers and this unmarked that's right behind him right now have been following him for quite a bit. We got peeled off of another scene to come do this one, and you can see that they're in a residential neighborhood. There's a school by there. A lot of kids are playing on a parking lot, so it's very dangerous of what he's doing. High speed rates going in and out around this surrounding area. Still trying to get a better cross street exactly to tell you exactly where we're at.
And can you tell what happened in terms of the damage to the car? Or was this part of the chase?
Not too sure, Mel. When we joined the chase, the bumper was already like that, so it hasn't really peeled off anymore. It hasn't gotten any worse, I can tell you. Obviously, when he's been taking quarters, I expected it to go, but it looks like he's
slowing down, like he's coming to a stop right now, Andy. And as you say, a number of law enforcement officials behind him. Not sure if you can get around over on the other side of that tree so we can see what's about to happen. Any idea how many people are inside there? And it looks like somebody is he waving his hands?
Not waving his hands. It looks like he put the windshield wipers on. Not too sure why he did that and why he stopped. Couldn't tell how many people were in the vehicle. They got really dark tinted windows down there. I can tell you we're on Carlton Street, which is inside this residential neighborhood, and you can see that the officers are definitely going with precaution up to the vehicle, more joining there. You can see they're coming in all different directions. I'm just going to peel back the camera just a little bit to make sure nothing's going to happen. But yeah, we're on Carlton Street, just a little bit southwest of the of Airport and Cullen is the major intersection that I can tell you about.
And as you mentioned, the officers proceeding with a lot of caution at this point. Usually when we see car chases like this, someone either gets right out of the car and surrenders or takes off, but so far no movement from this car.
Situation. Hey, John, we've got Isaiah Carey. He doesn't have a microphone. Isaiah, obviously our fantastic crime reporter, among other things. Isaiah, you just got off the phone. Lean into the microphone and tell me what you just learned.
So I've talked with some sources, PD, and they said that his mother, he called his mother from the car. He's a schizophrenic, and his mother is at the scene, but they wanted to keep her off the scene, out of shooting distance. So he's had a minor criminal history, but nothing significant according to the police department.
So at this point, they tell you what the game plan is in terms of what's next? They want him to talk to mom? We don't know? I mean,
yeah, they do want him to talk to his mother, and she will be able to convince him to get out of the car.
That's fine. Isaiah, thank you. Isaiah's going to keep working the phones, guys. We've got a lot of people on the phones trying to get as much information as we can from you. New, enlightening information that Isaiah just received. Again, to rewind, if you are just joining us at 2:03, this situation has been escalating since about 1:20 this afternoon, so we are going on 45 minutes, where it started in the 8600 block of MLK Boulevard in southeast Houston. One individual inside. His mother is on the scene, as Isaiah has just discovered. This person, according to Isaiah's police sources, is suffering from a mental illness. And that's a big challenge for police officers, and we talk about that, John, a lot these days in the news, is the challenge facing our country, not just from a law enforcement standpoint, but with tackling mental illness. There's a lot of it out there, and just walking around, you can't just point at someone and say that person's suffering from mental illness. You just don't know, so that's why police have to understand in situations like this that an individual might not be functioning at a capacity where they can make proper decisions and make rational decisions.
Yeah, a lot of law enforcement agencies, I know Harris County Sheriff's Office, I think Fort Bend County Sheriff's Office, what they've done is they have what they refer to as psych squads, where they have a police officer, a social worker, and when they run into a situation like this where, well, I don't know that this man is going to be able to avoid prosecution because this chase, but in some situations they're able to go out, and instead of getting this person who's mentally ill put in jail, they're able to pick them up and take them to get mental health care.
Much for that live coverage from the ground there. This is in the area of Carlton and South Acres. To give you an idea of what's been going on for about the past hour, you're getting live coverage. It looks like now, this end of this police chase, that the front door of this suspect vehicle has opened. We're going to try and zoom in a little bit more. It looks like someone is coming out of the car. We're panned out a little bit now. The police are trying to get this person to surrender and have been for about the past 20 minutes, so this is a big development here. This is the end of a police chase, Carlton and South Acres, school nearby on lockdown, people being asked to stay in their homes. We're going to try and get in a little bit closer. Police do have their guns trained on not only the vehicle, but the person inside, possibly more than one person. We have not seen any movement until this point, but now at 2:13, an hour after this chase started, a person is coming out. Their hands are up. They're stepping out of the vehicle. Windshield wipers are still on. Unclear if anyone else is inside, but that person has their hands up. They are backing away. It looks like they are surrendering to police at this point. It looks like a man that we see there. He is backing up. Police have their guns trained on him, asking him to surrender. This is the end of a police chase. Carlton and South Acres in southeast Houston, very near an elementary school, Woodson Leadership Academy. That school on lockdown at this moment. This could be the end of what was a long chase and a long standoff with police here in southeast Houston. Guns trained on this person. It looks like he's inching back to officers. It appears that he is following their instructions to this point. This has been a very, very long standoff. He is getting on the ground, kneeling on the ground now. Surrendering police. They are moving in now. HPD is moving in to arrest this person. Their guns are still trained on the vehicle. Remember, this car has very, very tinted windows, so we don't know if there's anybody else inside. But this looks like the driver of this vehicle that led police on a very long chase, an erratic chase in southeast Houston, has finally surrendered. He's being frisked down by that officer in the back of that police car. As Sky 2 zooms in, live coverage over the air and on the ground here. We're going to continue to stay with this until this scene is clearly over. At this point, one person came out of the vehicle. That is the driver. He has surrendered. He has been arrested by police, Houston police. Off camera, though, officers are approaching that car to make sure that there's nobody else inside. We could not see if that person was armed. I imagine if he had a weapon on him, officers would have removed it at that point. Officers did frisk him down as they put him back in this police car. That person has been arrested. As we zoom out now and into the car, officers are now searching the vehicle, going through the front doors, the back doors, and the trunk to make sure, A, that nobody else is inside, and B, that they don't find any weapons or illicit material or dangerous material inside of the vehicle. But it appears for now that the immediate danger is over.